As you mentioned earlier, high value work and there is high complexity, right? But what does complexity mean? Of course, we understand that this is all interconnected. You have high value, high impact, but high complexity. And so, what kind of complexity plays a role in programs, or especially how is it relevant to you as a TPM? When we think about complexity, let's think about it in these ways. The first is product complexity, meaning that functional and non-functional requirements, they are complex to capture. Technical implementation is tricky. Just look at the self-driving example. Achieving customer satisfaction can be tricky as well. Next is your people complexity. More complexity means more stakeholders to work with, which means communication lines grow exponentially and there's a higher chance of communication breaking down. Achieving alignment with so many people is also no easy feat. Finally, you have program complexity. All the product complexity, the people complexity, this all contributes to making our programs incredibly complex and difficult to manage. Dependencies are convoluted. Getting estimates is harder because there's a higher chances of unknown risks coming up or just unknown unknowns. And tracking all of that work isn't easy, right? As a TPM, we all love our Gantt charts, but those charts are not really simple to capture. As you can see, with these different types of complexities, what happens? When you have complexity, there's a lot of uncertainty as well. Like I just talked about, a lot of unknowns. What happens when you have complexity and uncertainty? You have risk. Think about this. Complexity can, in many ways, bring about uncertainty, but uncertainty can also lead to complexity, all of which is increasing risk. Higher both things, higher is the risk. Let's look at it another way. You have higher risk, right? What happens then? Higher risk usually means higher chances of failure. This is the reason why the TPM role has become so important. Because TPMs can break down complexity, they can manage the uncertainty, and they can mitigate the risks, which means they reduce the chances of failure and increase the chances of success for the organization. And that's why I like to say that the TPM role has really been redefined in the last decade or so, especially at the top tech companies, because TPMs are expected to handle more as companies look to do more and more complex, high value, high impact work. TPMs are no longer just scrum masters, task managers, or status reporters. A TPM is a thought leader, someone who influences others by sharing their point of view and opinions. This is different from doing just what is asked of you. And a TPM is meant to inspire the teams and solve complex problems. A TPM is a strategic partner. Why strategic? It's because you have equal value in the partnership. And in many ways, you're helping other people and teams be more effective in their own work. You bring alignment between different stakeholders and establish shared goals so that you can all move in one direction. Finally, TPM is a force multiplier. You amplify the voice of your organization. You strengthen the team that you're working with by making them more efficient, more effective, and more productive. You leverage your own skills to bring order to chaos. Think of yourself in these terms while you're doing your job as a TPM or even when you're interviewing. You will automatically feel this rush from within and your performance will elevate.